Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the first episode of this season of Live with Roger Hanson. I am Roger Hanson, and I will be your host tonight for the first episode of the third season, I believe. Isn't it third season, Mark?
I think so. Yeah.
Third, third, third season. I am doing an interview. This is a pretty cool interview. I've been trying to get it going for a while. We have a pretty good turnout here for the panel members as well. Tonight is going to be an interview with Jiva. I would say his full last name, but I am completely incapable of doing that. You guys know how my reading skills are, and that goes even worse when it comes to saying really, really hard names. Now, with that, I'd like to welcome you to the show, Jiva.
Hello.
Now, before we get on with your interview, though, I'd like to go around and have everybody in the panel say hello and say their names and good stuff like that. We can start with we'll go ahead, Steve.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Steve, Expedition Steve, and thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. What about you, Shaz?
I'm Shaz, also known as Shazasaurus, as you can see from my little Shazasaurus on my mic.
Okay. And how about all those invisible folks that are in the room? Why don't you start out and say hello to the crowd so that we can know who you are?
Hello, folks. I'm Mr. Robot. I don't actually know how I got here, but here we are, and thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Robot.
And hello, I am Rapid, also known as Rapid Glitch, team leader of Team Retro over Nostalgia Gaming Retro. And thank you very much also for having me.
Okay, yeah. Now, that was a professional man right there. He actually said the name of his platform or his channel and everything. So before we get going, Steve and Shaz, tell everybody where they can see your shows, because that's important.
Sure.
Oh, we're everywhere.
Yeah. Well, we each have our own separate channel, but we have a channel that we do together along with Jason and Zach, and that is Signs of Amusement, where we do trivia games and ride-through commentary and all sorts of fun stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay. So, you ready for this, Jiva?
Oh, absolutely. Let's go. A little bit nervous, but I'm all right.
I was going to say, you don't sound ready.
All right.
I'm never ready.
As you took a swig real quick.
Yeah.
You have your pants on, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
Don't do that when he's about to drink, Rapid.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Everywhere.
I have to wait.
That is so weird that he said that, because he wasn't in the room when you guys mentioned him having his pants on, was he?
No.
Oh, this isn't our first rodeo, trust me.
Yeah.
I find that so amazing. So you guys are getting a little taste of our friend Jiva right here now.
Wow. Hey, look.
Steve, don't break. We haven't even started.
About the pants thing, okay. I just sometimes feel I need to relax among friends. It's perfectly fine.
Please say that you weren't half naked when we were playing Quake last Friday.
I think.
Actually, no.
So we can take our pants off? Is
Say
that
no
all right?
comment.
Yeah, I think I was dressed for Quake.
Okay. Okay, so
Wait, are we all taking our pants off, or is it?
Just Jiva.
now you're off camera.
I mean, I don't mind.
I still can't take a drink.
Okay, so now that we've gotten the pants issue taken care of, let's hear a little bit from you, Jiva. Why don't you give us a little bit of a background on yourself, and kind of go from there. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, where do I begin? From the developing side of things, or
I was born.
I was
You start anywhere you wish.
Yeah, I was born in Soviet Union.
That's a
Don't
good.
hold that against him.
That brings a thrill and excitement into my stream. Go ahead.
Exactly, that's why
Yep.
I mentioned that.
Mother Russia.
Well, not in Russia, in Lithuania.
Oh,
Which
okay.
now isn't in the Soviet Union anymore.
No.
Oh. Okay, you can go forward. Nobody's talking now.
Yeah, so now I'm based in UK. I'm living here in London. I'm living here in about like 6, maybe 8 months now. So yeah, and it's not my first time. I actually returned to London because I really love the atmosphere. I don't know how to say it even. I just love London City. I know a lot of British folk would disagree with me and argue harshly, but yeah. So
It was okay. I liked working there, and I lived there for a
Yeah.
bit, but
Yeah, I wouldn't live there.
a couple of years is enough for me.
yeah. Well, it's a migrant kind of.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Well, it's
and
not only there, it's also the price of living as well in London.
yeah. No, I don't know. It's just something about London that I really, really love. So yeah.
Okay, so you said that this is your second time being there. What brought you to England the first time?
Well, the first time I was here for my school/job. I was graduating and had a chance to do some practice work in UK, and I got a chance to travel even in. I was in Northern Ireland. I was living a bit in Manchester.
Oh, it's that country.
Yeah, so it was fun, and I stayed in London for a while, for maybe a couple of years, something like that, working. So yeah, and then I had to come back to Lithuania because life got in the way. But yeah, now I'm back. And actually, my game development journey started in England. So
Now, was that during your first visit, or was it here?
during my first visit, yeah, I was 18. No, I was 19 back then.
Awesome.
It
So
was
you
quite some time ago.
Yeah, 50 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
well, that's actually kind of cool. So
Well,
you-
actually, let me think about it. It's 10, 15, 17 years ago, something like that.
17, yeah.
Yeah.
excellent. So now that you've brought up your game development and everything, kind of let everybody know what really got you inspired to where you wanted to go that direction and get into game development, because that's really what I'm into. You know, everybody. I try to do podcasts for gaming, but I like the technical side of things more than I do like the reward systems and stuff. So people don't really like hearing my podcasts. You know? So when I get a chance to have somebody like you on here that can talk about the technical stuff, it's actually a pretty good thing. And Mark Edworthy's kind of like that too. You know what I mean? So kind of tell us what inspired you to go in that direction, if you could.
Well, that's really a really hard question, actually. I think like my fascination with not even games, like computer technology in general started. I was maybe 5, 6 years old when I got my dad got me a Amiga computer. So I got that even before NES or all that kind of stuff. So I was immediately exposed to some really, really cool things. Yeah, I don't know if you
I
guys
love the
know
Amiga.
what Amiga is.
I love the Amiga. Yeah.
Well,
Commodore.
Steve knows it,
also
obviously.
kind of machine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. And when I got the NES, back in the day in Europe, we actually didn't have like a Nintendo, like it's basically was a pirated, hacked system.
Oh, I remember you saying it was
Yeah,
like a
and it
fake
was called
Nintendo.
it was called Dandy.
I think, yeah.
And had this little cute elephant as a mascot. So yeah. But what's cool about that is that all the like games came like hacked.
Yeah.
And I even had like a what was called a dumper system for NES games. And because I had an Amiga system next to my bed, so I was dumping NES games and seeing what the code is, and changing stuff like colors, names, and stuff like that.
So that's
Yeah.
dumping the memory off the chip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so then I got my, maybe I was in the first grade. I got my first 386 computer. I don't know as well if you guys are
Yeah,
familiar with that.
I had one of those.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I immediately got hooked into strategy games.
How
And-
old were you when you had a 386?
First grade, so about something like 7-8 years old.
I just feel really
What
old.
strategy games was out then?
Oh, Age of Empires.
So like Risk?
Yep.
StarCraft,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Dune 2000, Tiberian Sun,
What?
Command and Conquer games like
Yeah, Command and Conquer worked on
Yeah,
486.
CFC.
Talking about
Yes.
early 90s, 91, 2, 3, 4.
StarCraft
Yeah.
was a bit later though, wasn't it?
Yeah, StarCraft
Yeah.
was
StarCraft
Yeah.
was 1997, I think. Or
97.
99.
Because it ran on Windows 98, I remember.
Yeah, I was a little bit late for some games, but like I was 8 years old, so it was completely new to me. Yeah, and it was amazing. So I started cracking the code for strategy games, and I even have all of the Command and Conquer games translated into my own language. With all kinds of weird sprites with custom sounds and stuff. It's amazing. I love
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah.
I've actually just started playing that again. Like you can get it on Linux now, all modded and stuff.
Yep,
It's so
yep.
cool.
Yeah, it's called
Hasn't changed.
Array Engine, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they revamped them all not that long ago because I've got them all on Steam.
It's amazing that a game that old can still be so fun so many years later, eh? Like
Yep.
it's not many
Like-
games you can say that about.
Like Pac-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Galaga.
Oh, that one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that, but I keep getting criticized because I want to do all the old ones like Defender and everything, but Rapid
Yeah.
keeps saying I'm a loser. And, it's like
I
it's-
didn't say anything of the sort.
I mean, we can do Red Alert and CNC because technically they're
Oh,
retro,
I would love
right?
to play Red Alert with you guys.
Oh,
It
can
would
we
be
play Red
amazing.
Alert? I love Red Alert. The soundtrack to Red Alert, so cool.
Yeah, the
I
soundtrack.
tried to coerce Rapid for like
We can do it.
for him to like gather us around for some strategy games.
Yeah, we need to because I'll quite happily play Red Alert and StarCraft.
I'll join in.
I love them.
Join in.
You guys are more than welcome. I have a terrible backlog of games I need to kind of look into, but you are more than welcome.
Okay.
He's having like mental breakdowns right now with all the games he's got to edit and everything. So like
And-
he,
There you go, Jiva. We can play Red Alert.
And then he got Game
Absolutely.
Pass.
oh,
And then I got-
That would be
Yes, he's
really
going to
good.
start playing Call of Duty with
Red
us now.
Alert.
Yeah,
I really
just
want to
finished
hear a Red
installing,
Alert
last
dubstep
night.
remix.
okay. So we got to the point where you were 6 years old and you were changing out programs from what was it, from your NES to your computer, right?
Yep.
Okay, now
Yep. So that was my. It's not like an inspiration, just the curiosity that stuck with me. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's really what really gets people going. It's like because they remember stuff like that, and it just, in a sense, it really is an inspiration. You know what I mean? Because those are the glory days. You know, I hear people always talking about nostalgia and how bad it is these days, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Nostalgia is one of the biggest things when you get older. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yep.
I mean, you think about all the cool things that you did when you was a kid. Yeah, it's like, that's nostalgia.
Which makes me feel old when I do things like
But you're
that.
not old, are you, Jiv? Come on, let's be honest.
Well, I'm
You were what?
oldish. I'm getting into the older side.
You were 8 when you started playing that.
My
We
beard
was
is
in our
graying out.
mid-20s when we were playing that.
Yeah.
Jiva, speak for yourself, because you and I are 3 days apart. literally.
Oh, yeah, you are, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
for some of us been using computers since the 80s, we things like Commodore 64s and BBC.
I skipped that, it's a shame.
You didn't know the pain of having a ZX-81 and a ZX
that's
Spectrum and
amazing.
having to program your own games in and then recording them on cassette.
Commodore 64, I created a few games. Actually, I did
Really?
some on BBC B. Yeah.
Cool. Which games?
Basic and assembly. A couple of text adventures and a wireframe 3D maze thing.
What language was it written in?
Mainly basic and
Basic.
assembly.
Oh
and
my
assembly.
God, you are as well like a hardcore
Well,
coder.
back in the early 90s, I was, again, like you, using an Amiga. And because I had things like BBC at home and an Amiga at home, I was doing a lot of things like Lisp, Forth, and a little bit of Pascal.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't do
Pascal.
any development
Pascal,
anymore.
I did some Pascal in school, but
Hmm.
it was already like outdated. It was early days of C++.
Yeah, I don't know
So-
if Pascal is still being used in certain areas. All these languages are still being used in one form or another.
Well, I have intense respect for coders that code in BASIC and can read hex code. It's fascinating to me.
See, like at this point, I don't have to say anything because, like, you guys have all geeked out. You're on full freaking throttle, dude. You know what you're talking about. And I don't have to say nothing. You see, it's like it's all good. I mean, so when it comes to actually getting into your game and stuff, okay, what got you to where you initially said, look, I'm going to make my first game?
Well, the idea of actually me trying to make games, because modding is one thing, but making a full-on game back then was not even like something that you think about. It was still, well, there was already Unreal Engine actually back in 2003. It started something like that with the launch of Unreal Tournament 2004, I think. But it was still really how should I put this? Not user friendly way, and doing things in Pascal, like mentioned before, or what's it called? Ada, I think, was programming language,
Yeah, that was a
something like
common
that.
one.
Yeah, it was such a complicated thing. It was not even on my mind, but it all changed when I think in 2005. So I was probably in 7th, 8th grade, something like 13, 14 years old. Uh, the most amazing game launched, in my opinion, which was called Half-Life 2, which completely blew my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Half-Life, you know what I mean? Come on, dude. It's infamous even to this day. I mean,
Yes, absolutely. It was fascinating. The physics, the graphics, the audio, like everything
yeah.
is just, it was like I was completely hooked. And
Do you
the
know what
half,
I used to use Half-Life for? Playing
yeah,
Counter-Strike when it was a mod.
Yep.
true,
The mod.
true,
Yeah,
true.
it was.
Well, I did that as well.
Never used to play Half-Life, just used to use it for Counter-Strike.
Yeah, but what was especially cool about Half-Life that it was launched with the engine, which was called Source Engine,
Yep.
and that engine was well, basically open source thing to mess around. It
Yeah.
was not a completely new thing like Unreal Engine or Unity today, where you can start from a blank project and make your own game. It was more like a mod tool for Half-Life. Counter-Strike is actually technically, not even technically, I think
It
it
is a
is
mod.
a mod
It's a-
of
It's a
Half-Life.
mod for Half-Life. But I
It's
remember
the
when you
Yeah,
used to
user
load it up
engine.
and then you had to load the mod in to
yeah,
play
yeah.
Counter-Strike before
Yeah.
Counter-Strike was a separate game.
Yeah, and that's how I started my game journey, basically, just messing around, and yeah, so it was Half-Life that put me in this direction. And obviously, with Unreal Engine, well, I started with Unreal Engine 3 modding for Unreal Tournament. Then with the Unreal Engine 4 launch, I was immediately like asked, I think, to participate in a coding a game which was called Arc. Yeah, and it was a really ambitious, really massive project, survival game. It's like GTA in prehistoric times, basically.
Yeah.
That was the
People-
intention.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like a top-down.
No, it
it's
was
Like
3D.
GTA.
It was 3D. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, GTA 1 and 2 were top down,
down.
weren't they?
Yeah.
No, but I believe Mark asked it. I think so too. Isn't it Arc still in development to this day?
Yeah, it's still ongoing. It's still in maintenance.
Yeah,
I
well,
know-
they
I
do
know-
have launched on Steam, but I
Oh.
think it's still ongoing. The sad thing about it is that Epic Games screwed us, basically, because when the game launched, it was, well, yeah, it was basically a couple guys just asking and inviting people to mod their game. And it was open source. Everybody shared resources, assets, all of that, ideas, whatever. And the game was built basically by modders. So whenever they had a decent game and it started to pop off, Epic Games bought it up from them and they sold it.
Wow.
Yeah, and the project was gone. So yeah, Epic Games screwed us a little bit here, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah, I remember a few scandals. I remember a few scandals with Epic at the time in relation to
Yeah, maybe that was even at that time.
Now
It was
I
like 5 years ago, something like that.
mhm. Now I you were bringing Epic game up, and I've heard like a history on Unity too, which I mean that
Mm.
you know for me personally, in my experience on using Unity, it seems like more of a gimmick to where they can try to convince you into buying their program. You know, they'll always say
Yeah.
they'll say, you know, we'll help you create your own game for free, and you get on there and you start working with it, and the only way you can actually publish that game is to pay for it. You know what I mean? You have to pay for it and have it published out. Um, when
Unity got a really bad sort of license agreement. It's always had a really bad terms of service contract license
Yep.
agreement.
Yep. Unity was always a little bit more rough around the edges when it comes to licensing, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, but I think they dropped the like the predatory tactics
Mhm.
with the monetization of Unity engine.
Yeah.
Now, have you had any experience with Unity as well as with Epic?
I did some Unity. Just when I started Unreal Engine, I was like trying all the sorts of different engines to see what fits, what technology is better, what coding techniques are better, if they have, well, basically to see what engine is the best for me. So Unity, CryEngine, Source was updated as well. Yeah, but I dropped Unity just because of C#. I don't like it. I
I don't blame you.
It's not for me. Like, it's technically it's really similar to C++, but because I was so like used to coding in C++ and all the dependency, well, C++ coders know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah, there's
all the
some.
dependencies, all the libraries, all of that uh, stuff was like part of me. So when I switched to Unity, it was just not for me. I was not feeling efficient enough for me. But Unity does have really cool stuff for more simpler games, like 2D things, much more assets, like free assets. Their story is way bigger, which was super cool for new developers. But yeah, I chose Unreal in the end. CryEngine was also fun to mess around with, but CryEngine is more like a source engine for Half-Life. It's more a modding tool rather than the engine. So yeah, but CryEngine, from the technical side of things, it's fascinating. I think it's even better than Unreal Engine when it comes to lighting, shadows.
Really?
Yeah.
And see, that's the one thing that I've been wanting to figure out more too, because I've been thinking about getting back into it, but with Unity, that kind of really set me back and just kind of messed around with me. And I was doing it back whenever you had to, like, well, you don't have to, but I learned that you use Blender to make up your stuff. You know what I mean? Your assets, and then transfer it from Blender over to Unity. But then after I did all that stuff, it just got to the end where, yeah, you got your game created, but guess what? Now you have to pay for it.
Yeah, that sucks.
So it kind of set me back, but then I was thinking about Epic and or Unreal Engine, see what it was like, So
well, Unreal Engine has, for Epic Games being such a massive company, like almost have a monopoly on game engines. practically.
Mm-hmm.
I am surprised that they maintain really good and user-friendly like environment for devs. Yeah.
I've heard that it's a lot more. It's simpler too, where you don't have to do all of the extras that you have to do with like Unity. You know what I mean? It's like where Unity's actually getting caught up in that Lego kind of setup. I noticed that, so it might be getting better, but
Well, it depends what you want to do. Uh, Unreal Engine has sorry, Unreal Engine is really great for like beginners, to people that would just want to make cool shit fast. And there's a bunch of like what I call content slop games on Edge, like 10-minute content games for
yeah,
YouTubers to play. And you launch Unreal Engine 5 and you don't have to do anything. You just drop the sky, drop the player, and boom, here you go. And it looks amazing. So yeah, for sure. But if you wanted to make an actual game with the mechanics and all of that, yeah, then it gets exciting.
Well, I mean, you brought up a good point there, and that's something I'd like to get your take on because I've noticed that too. There's a lot of games there's a lot of programs out there, I guess, where it says make simple, easy games. They have like advertisements of little 5-year-olds creating their own video games. In your opinion, what do you think about that? Do you think that's actually something that's good, or do you think that's kind of just pushing garbage onto?
Well, first of all, even Unity, even if I'm not a fan of Unity, but I want it to succeed because it's the second biggest like indie dev engine, right? And it's actually it is amazing, and I super wanted to for it to succeed just because Epic Games needs a competitor, I think. Yeah, so the more, the better for me. Like, and by the way, engines like RPG Maker, right? It will never change neither Unreal Engine nor Unity. Like, I mean, neither Unreal Engine will change RPG Maker. It's just so specifically based on RPG games, and it's really good at it, and it's amazing. And the more we have, like, the more engines we have like that, I think it's the better. Yeah, I'm not afraid of competition. Let's go.
So
Let me break out my Commodore 64 and I'll start programming stuff for you.
Hell yeah.
Not on the size of that screen, you won't. Wow.
Yeah, well, that's the portable one that I got.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Steve, I've got to ask, did you shave your hair, dude?
Did I shave my hair?
Yeah, because your hair looks like it's like not there. Oh, you got your hat on. That's what it is. Oh my God.
I have a Nike logo in my hair.
It throws me off. I was like, dude, is that really Steve? He looks like Han Hai Tran. He looks like my buddy. He's a Vietnamese guy, and you have a Vietnamese look on your face. So
everybody thinks I'm something, but that I'm not. So,
yeah.
You're everything, that's why.
Yeah. You can't guess what the heck I am, so.
Now, we've been having lurkers in the background now. A few of you I know is into computers and they're into coding and stuff. Do you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask Jiva at this moment? Mr. Robot, and who else is back there? I would know, but I can't keep track on everything.
They got bored. They left.
Mr. Robot, you're muted, man. He's probably talking. He does that sometimes. He gets to where he mutes himself out and he doesn't, or he stepped away for soft coffee. He said he was gonna start taking a hallucinogenic so that he could stay up late and watch this.
Nah, you don't need it. You don't need it.
Or
Talking
coffee
from
was invented for.
experience.
So
Yeah.
okay, so
Well, I think I even if I wanted to do hallucinogenics or whatever, I think I couldn't because
I-
I think I'm naturally born a little bit drugged. So yeah,
you
adding
don't
to that
sleep.
is not a good idea.
right, we've heard about your sleeping habits. I don't know if we mentioned it while the show is actually going on, but
Sleeping habits, pants habits.
He doesn't sleep. I get insomnia and I sleep badly, but it
Yeah.
makes me look like
Yeah.
I get good sleep every night.
that's actually something I was thinking of right whenever you were talking about that before, because like I want to see what your take is on this, Jiva, because for me personally, I enjoy like building computers, and when I turn around and I start building a computer, I kind of go into this trance, kind of like where I'm focused just on doing that. No matter what's going on around me, I can't freaking, I don't even hear it. You know what I mean? And I could be sitting there for hours just doing something. You know, like if I have to troubleshoot something, or is that one of the reasons why you stay up late at night and never go to sleep? Is because you're obsessed with something on the games, or?
Absolutely. That's exactly when you said it, it's like one-on-one.
Just everything.
Yeah, and by the way, if you are making a game, like you want to make a big game, there's no time for sleeping. That's
No.
it. Forget about it.
Yeah. It's funny over at Interplay. We actually had a room for the programmers where they can take naps and go to sleep in there on couches and stuff. Yeah.
One thing that I found a major problem with the games industry, and even though there's been plenty of major issues with the games industry recently, is the entire idea of crunch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The idea of working all,
That's exactly how Interplay was.
His wife with it.
Yeah.
Well, back then, when I was a kid, a teenager, starting in games, when I heard things like that, for me it was exciting. I didn't see it as a bad thing. I was like, hell yeah, we would be like computer nerd hippies making games. I think it was awesome. Obviously, now I know that it wasn't cool, but yeah.
So if it wasn't cool, what was it?
I don't know. It was just something exciting about like going to work and basically living. For me, game development was like a dream job, even as today. But yeah, it was just exciting. It's like a lifestyle of a game developer. That's
Well, even that's changed though too, because like I mean, back in the early days when it first started out, they would just like rent a house and people would be running around in their underwear and acting like fools all the time. You know what I mean? You had your computer set up in different parts of the house, and the rest of the time you're like throwing slushies at each other and acting like a fool. Now things have gotten a little bit more sophisticated, I guess. Now you have to do that stuff in an office, and you got a person cleaning up.
yeah. That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, to this day, I still think that stuff would be cool. You know,
I look at the industry's moving to more sort of working from home sort of concepts.
yeah, that's true.
Like a lot of other
Yeah.
industries. So yeah.
Look, most tech-based industries are working at home now. I've not worked in an office for 15 years.
since 2007, 2008. Yeah.
Yeah, look at you two just bragging.
I don't think I could work in an office full time now. But I know I couldn't. I'm going to my head office in Germany next week, and I'll be there for 4 days, and 4 days is going to be plenty for me.
It's gonna drive
It's
you
too
nuts,
distracting.
too.
I don't get any work done when I'm sit with other people. They just, not annoy me, that's the wrong word. They're too distracting. I get so focused on what I'm doing, I haven't got time to talk to people, and they think I'm rude if I ignore them.
Now we get to meet the real Shaz. Real Shaz. She's gonna hit you with a frying pan, and no, actually, it's gonna be with a
Keyboard.
a Boba Fett freaking.
I would not damage any of my boba stuff by hitting somebody with it. I'm telling you that now.
Good for you.
I might
So-
stab someone with a pen, but, you know.
That's cool. That is so cool, man. And I've actually had to hang out with all you guys from England, and I got to say one thing: you are all freaking crazy. I have not met one normal person from freaking England. They're all crazy in some way, and I love it. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's why I love England so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Crazy
mean,
in a good way.
yeah, in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're like all sociopaths, or well, maybe not all of you.
All psychopaths, one of the two.
There are a couple of them.
Psychopath.
You know, but
There's,
now,
there's a lot of boring people who live in England as well, you know.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I actually like them too because I like watching those boring English shows like Midsummer Murders. I love that because it shows like the old cottage towns with the old graveyards and stuff. I love that.
I just watched Benny Hill.
Well, Benny Hill. Who doesn't? I mean, seriously, who doesn't? Life would be boring without Benny Hills. Man.
Yeah.
You know, it
You
really
can never
would.
make that now. It's so funny, but you could never get away with making
I
that
missed a
stuff
little
now.
old man, you know, with his
Well, patting him on the head. Yeah.
Okay, so now with all these guys, I want to see if he is still muted out. Okay, we have another person, I believe, Velio Loca V. Which person is that? You was almost unmuted there. You come on in here.
Yeah, you know who it is.
There you go, V. Okay. Have you been able? First, let me introduce you to Jiva. Jiva's a game developer, and the rest of the panel here. This is V. Who's having issues, I guess. I didn't even know you was there, man. Have you been able to hear some of the interview?
I just hopped in about 2 minutes ago.
Okay. We have Jiva here. He's a game developer, and we're interviewing him about gaming, developing his game and stuff. So if you want to, you can listen in, and if you have any questions to ask him, feel free to ask him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I didn't even know he came in. Now Mr. Robot is still muted. He's probably like tripping balls right now because that's the way he looks. Rapid, there he is. He is.
This is true. I am tripping balls. Only slightly.
Now you're into tech, so I know you have to have some kind of questions. You can't be just sitting there muted out, dude.
Well, I like the taking apart games, hacking side of things. I've always been into like cheating in games ever since I started gaming for some reason. You know, I
So
guess
you're the one I blocked.
There's still videos of me cheating on a Battlefield like back in the day, and people would like film me going, "Look at this cheater! He's shooting people through walls." But anyways,
Still happens.
Yeah, I just like, I don't know. How do you go about cheating these days in the kind of games that you made? Like, how do you take them apart? Do you
Well,
put it in a debugger, or what do you do? I don't really game that much anymore, so just out of curiosity.
I actually don't game as much as well. That's the problem. I think that's
Not yet.
like,
Yeah, you need to make more time
yeah,
for gaming
I
again.
Do you still know how to like reverse engineer games and stuff?
not really tried, but yeah, absolutely. And I'm
And
actually reverse engineering Zelda now, so
oh, okay.
yeah, modding
What
for
kind of
Zelda.
tools do you use for that?
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. By the way, I know how to hack Unity assets, for example, because sometimes I need to get assets from the Unity store and they come in Unity packages, and I need to crack that down. And it's not that simple because when it comes to code stuff, Unity and Unreal is not compatible. So there's a process of converting that code into what Unreal Engine understands. Yeah, so I have a whole pipeline for that set up. It would be probably too much of a boring. I would bore you to death. Yeah, but for
Do you
games,
do you publish any of your stuff on on GitHub or GitLab or one of the?
like my from the coding side of things,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
Mark.
I
Source
don't. I
code.
don't, but I'm actually planning to release some of the automation tools for Unreal Engine, like material makers and stuff like that, after the release of our games chapter 1. I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah.
Now, this is where we need to start doing this because if we don't start talking about this game that you just finished, Rapid is going to have a freaking meltdown. The dude loves this game so much. I guarantee you, he's just sitting there, just getting annoyed because you guys aren't talking about it.
I was going to say, when are we going to start talking about the game?
I guarantee you, he is sitting there right now saying,
Right.
I want to talk about this game.
Wait, Jiva made a game?
Really?
Before we do that, I the only person who hasn't talked was Rapid. So Rapid, you got questions up to this point about this stuff? It's interesting to you.
Yes, I have my pants on, Rapid. Don't ask me that.
Oh, well, there goes my one question now. Okay. No, I think I've been having trouble with my mic, so that's how I've been silent most of the time.
We can hear you now, so that's good.
That's a good sign, yeah. I've got it so close to my mouth, it's, I'm practically swallowing it now, so.
There's people that pay good money to watch that, just saying.
I've been trying to get them to do
OnlyFans.
And Jiva
Bands
with no
are coming
pants
off.
on too, So.
He starts talking, and all of a sudden everybody gets riled up. You know what that's about? Like freaking Rapid's gonna go and get all pervy on us.
Where are you going further? Anybody? I mean, does anybody mess with the Doom modding?
There you go.
I mean, because I'm constantly picking up mods and different map packs for Doom. I still
Doom
play
is still awesome. That's another one of those games. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I modded Doom Free.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I was not. I think I was a little bit. I missed Doom 1 and Doom 2 like train. It was already
Too young.
past Doom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did got hooked on Doom Free.
Wow.
Yeah. Now that is something too that V would really love to freaking talk to you about. I almost guarantee you. I'm sorry about that, V. I forgot that you were there, man. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad to hear that your mic is better now because it was messing up.
I forgot I had my chest. So I have a device.
Oh, God.
It's okay. So it's a portable fan. You put it around your neck. It sucks in air through the front and it blows air up at your neck. So it's just a portable little fan that you can get for like $12.
I know what you're talking about. They used to have infomercials for them where you could it'll keep you cool in the heat, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just out of curiosity, what happened to this Doom 3 mod? Are you selling it, or what?
Oh
what
no,
happened
it
to
was. I think if you would be able to find my maps and some of the skins and stuff in the Doom community.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really long time ago. It was 2005, I think. Something like
I was
that.
just about to say 2005 is not that long ago. It's 20 years. Shit.
20 years exactly.
That's
I think I do have all of the mods saved somewhere
Cool.
in my hard
'Cause
drive.
if it's over 20 years, that makes it retro, which
Kinda,
means we
yeah.
can play it.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
It's on one of those hard drives that's almost full with only 20 megs.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Doom 3 was one of the first games that actually scared me. Like, I
Yes,
remember
it is.
sitting there going, oh my fucking God.
Absolutely. Though Doom 3, I actually was surprised that the game was so long. Like, it was incredibly long. Yeah, but the scareness factor went away after like 6 or 8 hours of gameplay.
So with Doom, I remember playing it, and apparently things got foggy on me because like I had gone through a phase where I'd smoked so much dope that my memory isn't really all there anymore. Because I tried this new one, okay, this new game, and I started having flashbacks of when I was a kid, and I've been talking to Rapid here lately about because he's been we've both been talking about maybe doing Doom again, but every time we talk about it, I seem to get it wrong on which one it was, because 1 and 2 kind of confuses me now. You know, yeah, I remember part 1 being where you had to have like 2 freaking floppy disks, or no, wait,
Yep.
it was the floppy disk, and then I think 2 was the one where you had the CD, right, where it converted over. Or was 3 the one that did it, where you had to have it, and
They were all on floppies back then, weren't they?
Doom 1 was where you had you got the first level on the front of a magazine, and then you had to download the rest on your modem. That took about 27 years to download it.
oh yeah, yes, I remember that.
I
And then
can't
I'm
remember now. I think I even got either it's Doom 1 or Wolfenstein,
Oh,
like the
Wolfenstein.
first one, not even in a floppy, but floppy beeves, this huge.
Yeah, the big floppy disk.
Yeah.
Floppy,
5 and a quarter.
not
5
floppy
and
A.
a quarter.
Yeah.
5 and a quarter inch.
Yeah, rather than the 2.5 or whatever it was.
When they
Yeah,
used to be
3.5.
3.5. That's it.
Yeah.
Doom came
Yeah.
on both. Because it was so early, wasn't it? You could get it on big floppy disk and small floppy disk.
Well, my luck is
They would probably sell for like $1,000 now, wouldn't they?
If the disc hasn't degraded.
yeah. if they had-
Doom 1 and Doom 2, you get as a pack. I think it might even have Doom 3 on it from Steam for something like £4. It's like dirt cheap because I bought it not that long ago.
These.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Holy moly. I haven't
Steam
seen
is
one of
like
those
a
in long
museum.
time.
Because he's got his Commodore 64 out.
Because I have my Commodore here. I fixed my Commodore, so I was playing games on
He
it.
got so excited yesterday, Jeffrey. He's got it all up and running. He's like, it's working. And he was like,
Yeah.
oh, keyboard doesn't work.
Well,
I was like,
I said,
go clean it then.
I said
Yeah,
Jiva,
exactly. That's what I wanted to say. That Steve sent me a photo with discs,
Yeah, with all the games.
not
Yeah.
discs, cassettes of of
that,
Game Boy.
and we were just talking about
Vivid
Rambo.
Mail,
Yeah.
which deeply upsets me. I tried to convince Steve that it's not worth giving it away.
Oh, you mean my Sega?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
No,
Now,
keep it, Steve. Don't make a mistake. You'll regret it later.
Dr. Galaxy left a comment on Twitch and said, "I'll be lurking in No Pants Jiva."
Yeah.
So
I just want to know something before we go on. Are you two guys in this exact same room, or do you just have the same helmets and stuff?
We've got the same helmet. He's in Idaho and I'm in the UK, so we're nowhere near each other.
Oh
But-
my god!
Wait.
That's awesome.
There we go.
when you stood up before, I was half expecting you to look in front of the other camera.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Dr. Galaxy also said that I love Shaz's mic.
Yeah, she likes my dinosaur.
Your dinosaur. I love it.
My dragon.
That's pretty cool.
I love those Boba Fett helmets. I would wear that out in town.
You can't see it, but
Mine's on this
above,
side.
I've got Bo-Katan's helmet there.
Yeah.
And there on the left is the top half of my armor, which has got my top half armor and my helmet on the top of it. It's on a mannequin, but you can't see it.
So you got like the actual body armor and everything.
Yeah, I made it.
She made
I've got a
it.
whole costume.
You made it yourself?
That is
Yes, I
dope.
made it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me
Okay.
move. I'm
Is
not
it
going to
made
move.
from that
Let me
real
move my camera and
Nintendo-
show you, but it's propped so precariously on the top of my TV. I'm scared that if I move it,
No,
I'll never get
no.
it back there again.
No.
What is the steel that they use to make the armor out of again?
Beskar.
Beskar. Wow.
That's not made out of Beskar. That's made out of what is called Sintra or Fomex, which is basically a foam board that when you heat it up with a heat gun, you can bend it to however you want. So you can make it the right shape.
See, that's
It's really lightweight, but it
I
looks
heard about it. It's the same substance that gives us microplastics in our bloodstream.
right.
yes, it is.
Alien technology. They pulled that from Roswell
The
space.
helmets
Yeah.
are like this one's plastic because this is a
Yeah.
this is
That's
a-
like
Worth it.
that's a bought one. But my real one that's up there. Actually, let me get it.
She's on a roll
Yeah.
now. You guys got her fired up about her toys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got quite a
Oh,
toys. Yeah,
wow.
but this one,
Oh wow!
it's
that is-
resin. So
yeah.
Did you make
That's
that?
like this one. is
my
really-
friend made the helmet, but it comes just like resin, no visor.
that is
Yeah, you
cool.
stuck that in there. Yeah.
This is a welding visor. It's a number 7 welding visor, which you can see out of, but you can't see him.
That is so cool.
It comes just black, like unfinished. You have to sand it down, paint it how I wanted it.
Look
Yeah.
at battle
It's
ready.
cool.
Yeah. I made it purposely like muffed up. My whole Mandalorian kind of backstory is like I'm a desert, like live in the like Tatooine or somewhere. That's why it's all battered and covered in sandy bits.
She's a
Sandy
wild
bits.
gal. She's a
Sandy
wild gal. See, that's the reason why I like Shaz so much is because she's a Bubba Fett fan.
So
Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah, I got a bunch
This is
of
the
stuff.
way. This is the way.
It's like Bubba Fett was the shit. You know what I mean? I
I
mean
have a
that's,
whole cabinet full of Boba Fett stuff.
Until they made the Book of Boba Fett. Then
We don't talk about that because you get
I don't
cross.
talk about that.
No, you'll get angry.
okay. So
What?
we need to get to the game, guys.
I
Yes.
am.
Oh, the game. I
Jiva.
completely forgot.
What kind of game is it? I
This
don't
is-
even know.
This is a
What
game
genre?
that he developed. He developed this game for Nostalgia Gaming Retro. With,
Still in development.
still in development. And with that being said, I'm just going to leave it to you and let you explain it. And if Rapid wants to come in and have a conversation with you about it, then let him do
Rapid
it.
should come in and have a conversation.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
Rapid is the brains behind the project. I'm just a muscle.
That's right. I mean, it's like he's been quiet all day. I kind of get nervous about that.
It's unusual for Rapid to be quiet.
Yeah,
It's kind of been a nice change. I'm usually the one doing all the talking, so it's nice to just sit back and relax and listen to everyone else.
So you've got such a cool sounding voice, Rapid.
So Rapid, I want to ask you what brought about the idea of actually doing the game.
Well, actually, I think it was more Jiva who was looking for something to do. If I remember, Dr. Galaxy had contacted me to say that Jiva was looking for a project, and she thought that if the two of us came together and kind of cooked something up, that we could maybe, I don't know, make something out of it. So yeah, that was it. Really, we had a meeting almost a year ago now. Quite close to a year ago, Jiva.
I think it was in November. I think we started in November last year.
Oh, so
really, I thought it was around end of September, but yeah, somewhere around then. So yeah, it's we didn't technically. I don't think Jiva really got started on it until January of this year. So
yeah, I actually mark the project like the start of the project at January.
Yeah.
Yeah, but technically all the preparation work, like for the characters, especially for my shader, which is a cartoon shader that I use, which had to be developed from the ground up. It took me a whole month to do that stuff. So yeah, it was all done in December last year, but it was made with the intention for another game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which was a retro game, like a collaboration between me and Retro Team, but we had to basically abandon that. But we salvaged it, and I think this new project is even more exciting. So yeah, and now I have a whole team of awesome people helping me out. So it's absolutely fantastic.
Now the storyline. Who came up with the storyline?
Oh, it was all Rapid.
Yeah, I just kind of I had like a couple of days when Jiva mentioned there just now about how we had to drop the previous game we were working on, which hadn't really gone into development yet. I had like a couple of days to come up with something, and I don't know, like I don't write stories. I think I'm kind of bad at it, but like somehow this kind of works, and it was all done in the early hours of the morning. So like I was half asleep writing this thing, whatever I thought of in that moment kind of went on to the Word document, and then that was it. Ended up with the story we have now.
I'm on the edge of my seat, guys. Can you tell me what kind of genre it is? Like, what are we dealing with here?
It's kind of mixed. It's I was going for Diablo-ish type of like camera control and all of that.
Yeah, definitely like that from a gameplay perspective.
Yeah. And it's not yet fully Diablo-ish, but later in the game, especially in Act 2, there will be monster hordes. So pretty much like Diablo, where you kind of free roaming to level up, and there's a bunch of monsters. So
CRPG.
Got to be one of my all-time favorite games, Diablo.
Yeah, true. Agree, 100%.
Which was kind of funny when we were discussing the development process of what kind of game we were going to create, and Jiva mentioned Diablo. I'd never played a Diablo game before, so I knew of it, but I'd never.
You really haven't played? Have you played one since? No.
I haven't. I have downloaded. Like, my PlayStation 5 never gets used. I need to blow the dust off of it, but I did download the Diablo 2 remaster for it, and I intended to play it. I just haven't got around to it yet.
The first Diablo game that was PC based, I know they ported it elsewhere, was a masterpiece.
And let me point out too, Rapid is probably the only person I will ever meet who says that he has to wipe the dust off of his PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he's the only.
He's a console nerd. He doesn't do PC gaming.
I'm more PC now than I was, but even then, it's like for emulation mainly.
Yeah, exactly. You don't play PC games, do you? You play emulators on the PC.
Unless Steam counts, but yeah, no. I mean that's the other thing with this game as well. Because it's primarily set up to use mouse and keyboard. My like Jeff and I always joke about how much I need to rely on the controller to play the game. Like, I just can't fathom all these buttons to press.
And I am the complete opposite. I don't know how you can play a game like that on a controller, because I'm a mouse and keyboard person. Because when out, you could only play on a mouse and keyboard. I play everything on a mouse and keyboard. I play Call of Duty on a mouse and keyboard, and Steve thinks I'm a freak because he plays it on a controller.
Funny enough, I was given a controller about 4 years ago, and I think I've only used it once.
A controller for beat 'em ups, so things like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I will use a controller all day long.
Racing games.
Driving games.
I broke so many keyboards with Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. I've got my Xbox, which I used to play COD on. I use a mouse and keyboard to play that, but the controller I'll plug into my PC and use it for Mortal Kombat.
I have to get a new controller. I hate controllers because they're like, you go through one right after the other. You know what I mean? So I just took off of one of my buddies on gaming thing where he just started using the keyboard. Detective Fallen, you know, he does keyboard on everything. So I was like, why not do that? So I can't cope with going through one controller right after the other on the computer. And they just seem to do that.
When we were playing Mario Kart, I've got my PS3 controller plugged in that I use for that, because that's as retro as a controller that I've got.
Shaz, use virtual controller.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened with your virtual controller, mate. No, I'll stick with my PS3 one, thank you.
This is the one I got for PC.
Yeah, I'm going to get one like that, I think, to use for retro gaming.
I think my controllers are coming next week. And I already have my gamepad. So
cool.
Because I need them. I didn't had any controllers. I had
to test your
PS2,
game, right?
PS3, right, but they are not USB. So I needed a whole bunch of controllers, Xbox, PS, gamepad, just to test my game out.
Yeah.
I kind of screwed myself with the controller because controllers are never in my mind, and my brain works in keyboard and mouse when I develop new games.
That's because all real games work on a keyboard and mouse. That's
when Rapid told me,
someone had to say it.
Yeah, Rapid can't do keyboard and mouse. Well, I think it's cool though that you're doing it for both, so you can use either or.
Yeah, I can't screw him like that. I need to put controller in.
Well, don't be so nice, Rapid. You gotta be rough on him, because when it comes to Rapid, he's just too nice. You know what I'm saying? It's like I give him I get him roughed up every once in a while, but that's only because freaking he needs it, you know. Like, and
Oh,
plus the
can't be mean
horrible,
to little Rapid.
dude, he puts me through so much horrible stuff. Okay, like you realize some of the gayest games he's made me play on freaking on his channel, dude. Like,
It never
Sorry,
fails.
children.
We come back to this Yoshi story.
those
I love it.
okay, like little babies like talking on a video game. He made me play that game all the way through. No, he sent me on like 4 requests, and like I keep hearing these creepy little babies like making weird sounds in the background, and it's scary. You know what I'm saying? It's really scary, and he just like
Baby Jiva.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, little baby Jiva with his little baby Jiva voice.
What Roger's talking about are the challenges that we set up on the channel. Typically, we do these on.
Like the things we're doing at Christmas.
Yeah, sort of. But this was like a sort of board game idea type thing, and Roger got landed with all what he would call all the crappy challenges because he got like Yoshi's. I think you got like a lot of Yoshi's Story challenges to do, and of course, as Roger explains, it's kind of like a game made for babies. And he torments me every time. He brings it up. It's like, you get me to play that, you get me to play Pokemon. What is it, dude? You know.
I was actually impressed with Pokemon, and I do have to say that because I was never a Pokemon fan whatsoever. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Didn't want nothing to do with it. And he had me do Pokemon Yellow, and it changed my whole attitude about the game. It's not that bad at all.
I wonder if we could do the same for Jiva at some point.
Absolutely not.
I have to ask, guys. So, are you one of those guys that has to create a female persona for every video game that you have? You one of those?
Like, what do you mean?
Okay, so I've got a friend. Like, whenever we play video games, if you get to create your own character in a game,
Yeah.
he's got to be a female. It's like some gothic female, and just like in anything, because video game profiles will have a female.
Well, I did that.
All the old school
I did that
games.
for a couple games.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they have big boobs, like it was in.
Oh, I'm guilty of that, but it's not because I was trying to market my game. I did that because I thought it was cool, and
And he wasn't
I done-
wearing pants.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was wearing combat lingerie.
Yes.
The biggest thing that annoys me about that is because obviously I'm a girl and I like to play. Depending on what game it is, I like to have a female character. And they either look really sexy and wearing stuff that, you know, normally you wouldn't wear when you're doing things.
Like battle.
Or they don't. They look like a potato. There is no in between.
Well,
You can either be sexy wearing a bikini or a potato. Why
maybe
is there not an in between?
Yeah.
my own
do you-
take about this is that I do prefer like sexy hot chicks in my games. Why wouldn't I? It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. of course.
Group physics, yes, please, more. Every dev should do that.
If I've only got the choice of a really hot, why am I
Blood-
saying that? My
Blood
cognitive
physics,
like that.
amazing.
Sometimes
I
I
don't know if I've ever
have
seen
to
boob
pick on
fitness.
being a guy though because I can't run around. It depends what I'm playing. If it's a multiplayer game, something like an MMORPG, for instance. So I used to play. I don't play it as much now, but I was a World of Warcraft player and I've played it from the beginning. And I am guilty. I've got my paladin, who's my main character. I have her modded out in wearing what is lovingly referred to as a tankini. She's the tank class of paladin, and she's literally wearing a bikini.
Awesome.
Nice.
But if I'm playing with people I don't know, as soon as they know that I'm an actual real girl and I'm dressed like that, they start hitting on you. It's so.
Oh yeah. That's
So I
what
always pretend I'm a guy if I'm talking to people in Warcraft. Obviously, we don't voice chat. But if someone talks to me, I instantly pretend I'm a guy because that way I don't get hit on. Stupid.
Well, back in the day when I played Lineage and Warcraft, I actually pretended a couple times to be a girl just because I get free items.
Well, I suppose it does have an advantage
Genius.
sometimes. But then they used to get really cross when you were better than them. Like if you were
True,
like dueling
true.
or something and you pwned somebody, kick their ass. If they found out you were a girl, you used to get, they used to say bad things. They're like, if you're a guy, it's like, oh, don't worry, mate, that was fun. Da da da. They find out you're a girl, you're like, oh, what are you doing that to me for? It's just like, oh, shut up, you muppet.
Hilarious.
Getting angry just from remembering all
I know
that.
it's better now, but being a girl gamer, I'm not a girl anymore, I'm an old lady now, but being a girl gamer used to be really hard.
Mhm.
It's not so much now, but I mean, I've had all sorts of grief because I'm a girl and I like games. It's stupid.
Not me, man. I love it when chicks play video games. That means that, like, they actually play them now. Like, back whenever I was younger and we were into games, it was always the guy getting harassed by the girlfriend because he was on the game.
He wants to play games. He never used to understand that. We'd be like, it's Friday night, LAN party. And my friends that were girls would be like, oh, we're going out. And I'm like, that's nice. We're going to go and play Doom.
Right.
she'd
I
be like,
actually
"What?"
prefer watching chicks play video games than actually playing video games.
Yeah, we know. Well, at least I know. Like, I
Just
know.
like, it's just easier and nicer. I don't know.
Same like working in tech. When I first started working in tech, still now, I'm the only girl in my team. Pretty much in every job I've ever been in, I've been the only woman in the department.
Yeah,
What kind of tech stuff do you do?
I used to do hardware. Now I do Microsoft software stuff. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So
I
I'm
work with
curious.
developers, and I'm the only girl.
I've done a lot of commercial, corporate and commercial tech support in my time, and
Oops.
and in my experience, teams would only have one or two women on there.
Yeah.
I've done a bit of server administration, so yeah.
So my question to Jiva is this: when you get famous for all the cool games you create, are you going to make it to where women are there as well as men?
Got girls in our game.
No, I mean, when he develops his game, he's going to have like chicks there helping out, doing the tech
Don't
stuff.
worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. I'm down to earth guy, and I'll text you from time to time.
So I'm still curious, like, what is the backstory of this game? Like, can you tell us a little bit about, or is there screenshots available of it, or like a sneak peek?
You can
or
go and
what-
play the demo. You can go and play like the
Oh,
first
really?
couple of them. Yeah.
What's it actually called? I don't even know.
I may have the demo on my file if you guys want me to upload it. I could play it. It's up to Jiva though, because it's him in Rapids.
Have you got the latest version?
Probably not. Those two. Probably. I have one of them. I know that much, but
If you
What we got
play it,
now,
I'll come on.
1.14.
It's called Fallen Kingdom.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fallen Kingdom.
yeah.
If you go to fallenkingdom.games, it will take you to the page where all the info about
Okay.
it is.
It sounds familiar for some reason.
It's probably because I've been spamming social media about it for the last 4 weeks.
It's also a movie, so from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about Steam, because Steam plus Shaz and Steve's website I think it will be great for the marketing.
So when when it comes to the storyline, though, could you kind of give us a little bit of a summary about what it's about, so that
Well, I think that's a question for Rapid, probably.
Well, actually, I was kind of hoping you would answer it because I've forgotten most of the story.
Wow.
Years have passed since the Great War when the evil empire waged blah blah blah. I'm reading it from I'm reading the website.
I was like a old shaman dude, but then my voice, they took my sexy voice away and gave it to like this AI dude. Like, I'm like, dude, seriously, how could you turn away my sexy voice and give it to an AI?
Well, that's good question.
It's one button.
That's
To be fair, Roger, your mic setup was awful. I'm sorry to say this, but yeah,
Turn it up.
I'm very much looking forward to when I get to voice a character.
I cannot wait. And I already got the AI model trained for you.
Have you? You need to send me the script so we can start playing.
Yeah.
I can't find the promo that I had. I was looking for it.
Go to the link that I've posted in the chat, and then you can.
I literally had it right here on my computer. I have no clue where I put it. Usually,
you get to fly around in an airship that's piloted by Zach. You get to visit Retro HQ, which is a really cool place where you can hang out and do stuff, play mini games. You get to battle giant creatures and skeletons and all sorts of exciting stuff in different levels.
Not that much. There's only a wolf, a skeleton, and a bandit.
I'm picking it up, Jiva. Shush. I'm doing my marketing bit.
Forget about the big crocodile, dude.
Yeah, I know.
The crocodile that Matt has to fight.
Except the boss is right, and I really, really want to boost our croc boss because it's just I'm not feeling it. I think he needs to be way more aggressive.
Don't forget about
Steve's
the
character
cool
is
thing.
amazing. He's teleporting,
yeah,
he's
the
doing
shopkeeper.
crazy shit, he's jumping. It's like I love it.
Yeah, Steve kicks my ass every time. Yeah.
I actually based Steve's character. Well, it's a Rapid's idea for the character, obviously, but the combat mechanics I actually based from Mortal Kombat's Raiden. That's why he's
I had a
spewing
feeling.
lightning.
I had a feeling. Yeah,
Cool.
pretty good
That's
actually.
And don't forget about the super cool shopkeeper.
Oh yes, Zbigniew, absolutely. One of the most amazing characters in all gaming history, actually, I would even say.
Inspired by who?
But Rapid Glitch.
No, that's
no.
Inspired by me, probably.
Well, kind of.
But completely... it was a completely Steve's idea, so yeah.
My idea.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was your idea. They're trying to pass the buck so that
And don't forget about the cool minigame you made with Bob the Giraffe in it. Which
Oh,
Rapid...
yeah, I completely
Oh
forgot.
yeah,
It is
I forgot
great.
shit to come up in there because I've not been back there.
Oh, wow. Your screen's going to be full of Bob the Giraffe poop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to know about this. What's going on with Bob?
You
the
need
Giraffe?
to download the latest version. It's 1.14, I think, that's got Bob. What was the other
Yes.
character you can be?
Well,
Can be the giraffe?
on my itch page and on my Game Jolt page, there is no other way. It will automatically get you a newest
Yeah.
version.
If you
I always
follow
delete
that,
that.
if you
old
follow
ones.
that Fallen Kingdom Games link, that takes you to the page that's got the latest download on it.
No, I know that it's on it's on the Discord channel. I can go in there and maybe get the link for it and do a screen share if you guys want me to do that.
Oh, you want to play it now?
If you want me to, that's what I was.
Hey, you don't need to ask my permission for playing games.
Well, I mean,
It's there. It's public. It's for everybody to enjoy.
You okay with that, Nostalgia, Mr. Rapid Glitch?
I am fine with whatever. The less talking I need to do, the better. So you
Why?
go
Why?
ahead.
Why are you like
He's
this,
sick of the
Rabbit?
sound of his own
We're
voice.
waking him up every time we call his name. So.
He gets really shy when he has to like do
He's
stuff.
not shy.
I just and I haven't had a lot of sleep
What
past
it is.
couple of nights, so I think it's starting to catch up on me now. Unfortunately, but
Don't worry,
yeah, no,
Rabbit. I'll teach you the ways.
I'm here to support. Jiva was
Your
Your
mic,
mic's
Rabbit.
gone all funny again.
yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Fondle the dongle. Remember.
Fondle the
Wait, when's
Oh my god.
when's your network card coming?
Okay.
You don't use that stupid dongle anymore.
It arrived yesterday. I've just not had the time to
Okay.
use it yet. So yeah.
We need to hear more about this dongle. Exactly what?
You don't want to hear about his dongle.
Yeah, so I got a
dongle?
new PC, a pre-built PC, and in order to connect to the Wi-Fi, you have to use this little USB dongle, this little shitty thing. I didn't know it was a thing prior to purchasing the PC. So yeah, now I've just got to live with it.
Which
Thought
is
it was an
partially
upgrade,
my
but-
fault. Because Rapid
No.
asked me help to kind of see what would be the best setup for his new PC. And
Yeah,
I
'cause like my old
completely missed that it doesn't have a network card.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Right? Yeah.
In my own defense, they actually misled. They are misleading people because it's
says on there,
explicitly
right? Yeah.
stated that it's Wi-Fi, but it doesn't say that it's a dongle Wi-Fi.
Yeah, not a Ethan,
Yeah.
not proper Wi-Fi.
Not a card.
Yeah, it's not a card. But it shouldn't.
That should
It
be
shouldn't have a
illegal.
card in it. It should have a card that you can plug a cable in, not just like. I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, what kind of gaming PC doesn't have a wired Ethernet cable?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But surely the machine itself's got PCI slots that you can stick on them.
Look at this guy.
No, well, it does
Well,
have PCI
it has
slots,
a slot.
Planet of the Apes or something.
but it doesn't have the card. It literally has no network card.
Okay, just buy one that you can buy. Yeah, just buy.
He hasn't put it in yet.
Oh, it's not the card. I didn't get the card. I got the Ethernet cable.
You need to go down.
He bought it from
Old
Taiwan.
stuff.
Mind you, if it's a static machine, why stick on the Wi-Fi anyway? It'd be more sensible. Well, I always say it's more sensible to, if it's a static machine, stick an Ethernet on that, an RJ45 on that.
Let me see this. There we go. Here we go. I found it. I got it. You guys able to see still?
Yep.
Okay, hold up here a minute. Let me.
Oh, look, there's the flamingo. I can't believe you called Zach's airship the flamingo. It's so cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
No.
Okay. Let me go back in and make it to where the audio actually makes a sound. So I will stop screen sharing for a quick second and then start back up with it. So that was my bad. Auto share.
Call yourself a professional, Roger?
No, I do not. So I've got to do screen share instead of the whole presentation thing, and I can just go ahead and pop it up there, and it will be ready. You hear it now?
Yes, but I don't see it.
You still can't see it?
Nope.
No.
See my ugly mug.
Oh, wait. I gotta hit screen share. It won't. It's not doing it. No, it is not doing it. I'm gonna have to figure out. Well, at least you get to hear. Yes. All right. Here we go. So it's not popping up at all, is it?
Nope.
No, it's not once.
I hate Discord. I really do. It does stuff like that, and like you can't even like put audio onto Discord like you can every other VoIP in the world. So let me.
You did it before.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I
Slept since then though.
for me to get the audio, I have to do the window without, or to get the video, I have to do window option without the audio. And then
Window won't work with Unreal Engine, by the way.
No. Can you not download it from Discord and play it separately?
Unless it's in full screen.
Yeah. Let me see what's going on here. And
You could try sharing it.
Yeah.
I have the YouTube video.
Yeah, I've got the. I believe that's what that's coming off of. I'm not quite sure. Is that?
You try sharing it, Steve, and see if it works for you.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Because.
Oh, that's why. Firefox does not support capturing your system. System audio, I have to do it in Chrome.
Got to use Chrome, your favorite browser.
Stupid Chrome.
See, if I used an ingest on here with an OBS, I could get the audio going through no problem whatsoever. But it's gonna.
I have no clue. The streaming thing and YouTuber thing is way up, like
Dude,
It's
you don't
like-
have to worry about that stuff. That's what we're here for. You just make the game.
I have no
We'll do
idea
the
how
rest
you
of it.
guys do it.
You do a good
I'd
job.
rather make games.
All right, now let's see if it works.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go here.
Yeah, it won't do it for me. So
Let's see.
let's see. And there's no excuse for it either. Because
How about this? Can you guys see this?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
There
Let's
you
see if
go.
it works. Can you hear the audio?
No.
No idea.
Your favorite Jiva voice on.
There's no audio.
No.
See, that's the thing. Drives me
Doesn't
nuts.
matter.
Well, at least you can watch something. There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
This is actually a newer one too, so it's better.
It's just a bunch of background music.
They're
Team
getting
hero.
all, they're getting all high
Well,
tech.
you say that Zach's in that. I don't know whether I'd class him as a hero.
See, when
So-
last time I seen it, they were all talking about like tribesmen and shit. Now they're all psycho and technotronic and shit. Look at this.
Video is pretty good.
Yeah,
It's very
Captivating.
cool.
hardcore parkour. That's what I'm talking about.
Just imagine John Williams music in the back.
Well, the Rapids trailer is actually
There
better
was a little
because
snippet
mine
of
is
my
more
bad
cinematic.
Mhm.
Rapids is more gameplay focused.
Now, there's one thing I do want to ask too. Like, Rapid actually did a test play, and he said it was pretty tough on him. It was hard for him to get through.
That's because he was playing on a keyboard and
Yeah,
mouse.
that was the
Yeah.
keyboard. That was technical. That's,
Well, I mean, that'd be a
User
good
error.
yeah.
kind of explain that a little bit so everybody gets to hear it. Because remember, we're also streaming, so this would be cool for people to hear as well.
Yeah, I think it just kind of comes down to my own struggles with using mouse and keyboard. I mean, it's like Shaz said earlier on. You know, I've grew up with consoles. I'm a console guy, so controller is my everything, I guess.
Yeah.
So I feel like I get that games like this are made for mouse and keyboard specifically, but for me it's like there's just too many buttons to play with. And
I
the
used to be
WASD,
that.
yeah, I've never figured out the WASD thing. I just don't find it comfortable for my fingers at all. Just can't do it.
I always prefer using
I've been playing
the
games like that for
keys.
like 20, near 30 years, so that's a no-brainer for me. But I can understand why it's difficult. My Em can't play games on a keyboard and mouse. She thinks I'm a freak. She's even when she's playing games on her computer, if she can get away with using a controller, she will always use a controller.
Yeah.
When we used to play Quake and stuff, it was always keyboard and mouse.
Now, challenge though. How much of a challenge would you give it? Like, was it a pretty challenging game? Is what I was kind of going for. You know what I mean?
Well, from my perspective, it's the easiest game ever.
That's because you wrote it.
Yes, I was going to just not say that. Thank you, Shaz. I was trying to like
gameplay wise, it
really
reminds me a lot of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and a lot of Diablo 1 and 2.
Baldur's
That
Gate.
kind of gameplay. It was challenging enough, but not so challenging that it was frustrating that it would want to make me give up.
Yes, that's actually
the kind of sweet spot you want to get, isn't it?
That is a struggle for me when making games. And especially with this one, it has so many moving parts like health, critical hits, wage rates, damage for the player, damage for the mobs, attack speeds, and all of that kind of Diablo-ish things. And to balance it all out for the game to be enjoyable is really tough. And when I play test myself when doing it, for me it becomes really easy. So I lose the sense of what is good balance, So yeah.
That's another good reason why you've got the rest of us, because you can palm all that stuff up onto us and then we can give you feedback.
Yeah. Amazing. That's why all my previous games were way too difficult and sucked and failed. Now we are going to succeed.
I mean, for me, I'm the only game I did not like was Moonwalker. Okay, and even Rapid agreed with me on that game. It sucked. You know what I mean? And that's the only game that I got frustrated and said I wasn't going to do. Like I come from a generation basically where when you play a game and it's challenging, that's the way you're supposed to. I mean, you know what I mean? You didn't play a game that didn't irritate the heck out of you and just you walked away for a minute, but you were so obsessed with it you came back to it. But I know like today, most of the younger people don't vibe with that. They don't like that. So it's kind of I think that's a bad thing.
You're really dating yourself there.
Well, that's exactly what it is. I mean, that's why.
It's probably because when we were growing up, we didn't have a lot of decent games to choose from. Like the really good ones were quite challenging, and if you wanted to play them, you had to play them. You couldn't just go, I'll bin that one and get another one, because there wasn't another one to get.
Right. Or it'll be like the old style where it's all text-based and you have to get a piece of paper out and draw your map. Yeah, like these haunted houses and you going through and you got to draw the whole map out. And yeah, nobody wants to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, yeah, what was frustrating for me was, going to the video store to rent a freaking video game. And, you've got that game for 3 to 5 days. And, within the first 10 minutes, you just hate the game. But you force yourself to play it anyways. Because otherwise you just wait
for 3 days.
Yeah. There's no way you can finish the game.
There's no way you can finish it.
No.
and it just that just 10 times frustration than normal. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot about
exactly.
renting video games. Going down to Blockbuster, trying to work out which game you wanted to play for the next week.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you've done a pretty good job of it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Jim.
Jiva, I only take
from-
20% anyway for the game, so as soon as you make money on it, there we go.
Oh wow, good to
20%
know.
for now. Until you make
So more than Unreal.
Yeah. No, it's good. I'm
Well-
really looking forward to the rest of it, and also
Yeah.
voicing the badass bitch
It's going to be fun.
character. That's going to be so cool.
Yes,
She
I
does-
think the game only actually starts after act. Well, maybe even. Well, the game actually starts now. Probably would be the. Because now you're going back to the Hazamo village, and shit's basically going to start to break, and the bad guys come out of their lairs. So yeah, and we didn't have a lot of opportunity for like huge mob waves yet. There is a little bit of that in the forest when you go to the cathedral. There's a bunch of skeletons here and there, but it's not yet massive and fast-paced gameplay. It's just like easing you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good though, because you want to be kind of sucked in, and like I mean, it might be because I know everybody that's a character in the game, but I really like all the characters,
Yeah.
even Zach. I've got to be mean to Zach because he thinks there's something wrong with me if I'm not mean to him. But yeah, even Zach's
No, they're
character's
pretty
quite
cool. Yeah.
Mm.
It's just his mic, right? Jiva, he just needs to redo his sound.
Well, I mean, it's fine.
No, make him do it again.
Plus, I'm a bit lazy,
Oh,
and
okay.
the reason why is because the lip syncing. Well, the lip syncing in my games are not perfect. They don't completely match. But if I redo the audio, then the basically the lip syncing will be definitely off. There's going to be different timing and all. So I will have to redo all of that, and I really super hate lip syncing job. It's just the most painful things in games. Yeah, but I'm hoping that I will get set up with my mocap gear, and if that happens, well, then I will be able to make lip syncs on the fly. So that would be amazing.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, now I have to do lip syncing manually, basically, which is
Ugh.
That's a pain.
Tedious.
it is extremely painful. There is some stuff in Unreal Engine that does it for you, kind of, but I don't use those character creation programs. So, for example, Unreal has MetaHumans, which have really cool, like an automation tool where you record yourself talking and it translates into animation, which is really useful. But in my case, it doesn't work because I use custom characters with custom mouth rigging and all of that. So yeah, I have to do it on my own still.
Or just not zoom in close to their face so you don't have to see it.
I do some, like when I do try to like use some techniques so that I don't have to do as much animation and lip syncing, like characters facing, like showing characters from the back instead from the front, or panning a camera in a weird angle where you can't complete see. I avoid close-ups. So yeah, which is lame, but it's just
Yeah, you have to figure all that stuff out when you're.
yep. And my baby Jiva character is a pain in the ass.
He's so cute.
He's
And his
cute,
voice
but
is just the voice you've got for him though is really cool.
well, that's my voice, so thank you.
Yeah.
Which is actually this voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that you played Quake on.
Yes, exactly.
Still gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his model is not a standard model, and he's flying, and his arms are tiny, and all of my animations that I have basically don't work on him, or do look super weird and have to be redone manually, basically, to fit him.
Well, that's your own fault for making yourself.
Yeah, I screwed myself with him.
Yeah, but he's a cool character.
He's really cool.
Yeah. I think all the characters, like Chaz was saying, they're all really cool. And it's what's funny is how they're all based on
real people.
Yeah, it makes it even better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to see what you do in my little dinosaur person.
Okay, now explain the dinosaur.
Well, actually, we don't have your dinosaur character yet, but I think we agreed that it was supposed. I think it will be an NPC in the city somewhere, like a quest giver or something like that. Yeah,
I'd like to be a quest giver or somebody's pet. That'd be cool.
She said that.
and I think we should maintain the idea that you are actually a human person in a dinosaur costume.
In a little dinosaur costume, because I'm obsessed with dinosaurs. Yeah,
I think it's cute and it's awkward.
Your onesie,
amazing.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, my little dinosaur. Look, see. Oh, with the teeth that big. That the teeth's quite big on that one. I love a dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Well, I'm saying that my big Dasasaurus has got massive teeth as well. Actually, so's this one on here.
Well, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah. Shush you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are at 2 hours, and I'm gonna call it quits on this here in a minute. Okay. Now before I do though, we got a lot of good talent in the chat right now. So I know we've got a lot of people here, but what I would like to do is first have Jiva tell everybody about any games that he has that he's currently working on or has worked on that he'd like people to check out. And then after that, what I want is to have everybody on the panel give all their information where people can find you, check out your shows, whatever, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I know each and every one of you guys, and you have a lot of good talent. I'd love to let everybody know on my show how to get in touch with you, okay? Sound good?
Cool.
Amazing.
Okay, so Jiva, you go first.
Yeah, so everybody who wants to try out my games, they can go to my itch page, itch.io/Jivapera, I think.
I think.
I actually don't know the address. Jivapera.itch.io.
Yeah, that's it.
Not the
That's
other
the one
way
you gave
around.
me. Yeah.
And I have a bunch of games in there.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them are good, but what I would strongly recommend is for people to play the creation, people the game, and if people who enjoy dark humor and stupid humor, which I love and prefer, should try out Ritual Outcome. And I have a multiplayer project which is called Stellar Grift, which unfortunately I had to abandon because my hard drive burnt up recently.
Yeah.
And yeah, that sucks, but more time for our game, I guess. So yeah, currently now I'm working only on one project. I have some ideas in works, but yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, jivapira.itch.io. Go play my games and leave comments. It helps the algorithm and stuff.
The
And
algorithm.
Said like a
That
true
dreaded
social media
algorithm.
person.
now, since Rapid is the storyteller here, let's hear Rapid's credentials. Give us your dirty down your what.
All right. Well, you can find me and the rest of Team Retro over on Nostalgia Gaming Retro on YouTube, where we play tons of crazy games like Quake and Mario Karts. And I promise
You
I
have to
talk a
start
lot.
with the two painful ones. Thanks.
Yes, those are the ones that stick in my memory the most. But yeah, I talk a lot more on those videos than I have done in tonight's live stream. Sorry for that. But yeah, you can find us there. We don't currently have any socials because I'm too lazy to have any. So
Same.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Discord is like the
I'll
only
add that to my list of stuff to do for you.
Yeah, thanks, Shad. I'm typical when it comes to social media. There's just too many apps now.
Yeah.
I just can't keep on top of them. So
Well, since Shaz is the last one to talk, why don't you go ahead and give us your socials and all your channels?
I'm everywhere.
Here we go.
Give them all.
I'm everywhere. Mainly on YouTube, you'll find me on Middle Age Magic, which is all Disney based, or I'm on Signs of Amusement with Steve and Jason and Zach, again, which is Disney based, where we do our trivia and stuff. I also do all the socials and the website for the game, which you can find on fallenkingdom.games. And it's Fallen Kingdom RPG on every social platform ever invented.
Exactly.
Are you sure about that?
On the major ones. I haven't got round to doing Twitter yet because nobody uses that anymore. But we're on Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, and where else? And Facebook.
Okay.
I don't do Snapchat. I'm too old.
Nobody uses Twitter? Why am I on it then?
They do use Twitter, but Elon Musk's a knob, so people aren't
I
using
thought
it at the
Facebook
moment.
is phasing out.
Well, no,
I wish everything would phase out.
do social media. Yeah.
Okay, so now,
Blue
Steve.
Sky is where the cool kids hang out now, Jiva.
Really, I like
Yeah.
it. For me, it's a completely new thing. The blue sky.
Yeah. It's made by the guys that ran for Elon.
Mark tried to get me to go on Blue Sky. I said I'd lose subscribers if I did that. Like I've got too many people that are talking a lot of different stuff. So it's like if I turn around and I go on Blue Sky, I'll lose subscribers. I've lost 20 on Kick because of the other people who freaking don't want to hear it. So I've got like a whole variety of things going on. So basically, I stick to all of them too. But
I heard a lot of
You,
interesting things about Kick.
yeah.
have you had a chance to talk yet, Roger?
What'd you say?
Have you had a chance to look around TLB Talk yet?
I haven't been able to do that, but since you started mentioning all that, why don't you give your credentials, let everybody know how to find you?
Well, I am the Special Projects Director of TLB Talk. TLB Talk, brand new social network. So, yeah, you guys want to hop on there and make profiles, say hello to the community, that would be great. As for my other stuff, I'm not doing my other stuff right now, so I'll just leave it at that.
Stuff and everything. So it ended up blinking me out for a quick second. Now, with that being done, Steve, you want to give your credentials?
Sure. I'm Expedition Steve on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram as well. And I'm also with the Signs of Amusement team, and we do that trivia game and these ride-through videos and reviews, and it's pretty much Disney-based stuff as well. And that's about it.
Okay. So
I want to get into gaming more, so that's why I'm hanging out with Rapid and Jiva. So.
Yeah.
They will get you hooked, man. I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to be in the game industry, so it's a lot of fun going back into it. So.
Steve's a keeper. When you put him through games like Quake and Mario Karts, and he's still here, you know.
Hey, he didn't have to do the four times that original Quake. That was just. I love Quake. Even I struggled.
We all did. We all had a lucky escape thanks to Roger sending over that other video with the audio enhanced.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'd have been playing Quake again now.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Roger.
No, I would be dead with a gunshot to my head, so I'm laying on the floor.
You're not allowed to break yourself. We've got stuff to do.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm just kidding. Quake is a lot of fun, especially hanging out with these guys is so much fun. So
baby voice Jiva in Quake is the most classic thing in the whole entire universe.
I'll tell you what, if you hang out with Rapid long enough, you'll be amazed with a lot of the cool stuff. I've actually had a lot of time to do work with him, and I'll tell you what, he's very, very in depth about the way he does his videos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
And that's the one thing that you can always expect when working with Rapid. So just let everybody know out there, he is pretty serious about his stream. So if you have a chance, go check out Nostalgia Gaming Retro. Because it has the coolest dude on there, and that's me. I'm doing Elder Scrolls Arena, and like, I think honestly, I've come up with the best freaking quality when it comes to video for that game. Because I've watched everybody else, and like they're all blurry and old, and like I used Rapid's template like he wanted me to. Did it the resolution, everything, and it came out beautiful. You know, and just to let you guys know, check that out if you got a chance.
Well, I got to say, sorry, I was sorry to cut you out there.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, the channel wouldn't be possible without any of you guys helping me out. So that's why we're a team. So I don't take the credit.
Something where.
Shut up. He's so full of it.
I think I cut Shaz out there as well. So.
He's so full of it. He should take all the credit. He has done an amazing job. Just he's trying to be humble.
Yeah.
You're a great guy, man. People need to check your channel out. And now you're associated with a video game, dude, which is cool.
Yeah, it's all thanks to Jiva, of course. You know, without him, it just wouldn't be possible. So,
right. Okay.
Well, same for me. The game wouldn't be nowhere near to the level of awesomeness if not for the whole team and Rapid bringing us all together.
Right. Yeah. Now, Mr. Robot, you still there? You want to give your social?
Yeah. It's just been an honor to meet everyone here, and I really had a great time listening to all the stories and the game production, and it's nice to meet everyone from everywhere. I'm going to get into podcasting some more soon, but I'm pretty lazy. And at the moment, I am just running parties online every now and then when I feel like it. And you can find me on Rumble under Hacker Radio. And I do like lots of different types of DJ sets and various types of strange music that no one's ever heard of. So feel free to join in anytime.
It's cool.
Just to let everybody know, he has music that is banned in Russia.
Amazing. We have to put that in the game then.
just so you know, dude. I mean, literally banned in Russia. And then they had this other little country that I don't even know the name of. So,
Latvia?
no, it started with an M.
Moldova.
Probably. That might be it. That might be it.
I have to hear it now.
Hey, check
drop
it
a
out.
comment. Let us know what you think.
Check it out.
Don't tell Putin.
Okay, Mr. Edworthy, why don't you take us out and tell everybody?
Yeah, it's been an amazing interview. Yeah, episode. I can be simply found at minds.com under Medworthy. So Edworthy, really.
You can usually find Mark on my shows live.
Well, yeah, as well, but yeah.
You can also find him on what else are we doing right now? We're Roger's Time Talk Show.
Yeah, yesterday's show, and really just the Vixen's vote on whether channel she's using
on Wednesdays. So
yeah.
you can find us on Rumble, X, Twitch, Kick, DLive, YouTube, and sometimes you can find us on well, no, that's it. So, and our socials are Discord. You can find me at Gaming with Infamous, and you can also find me on Nostalgia Gaming Retro, as well as the Wonderful World of Weirdness. Don't want to get into the Wonderful World of Weirdness because I think a lot of people on this panel would not be interested in the Wonderful World of Weirdness.
Try us.
Except for Jiva. Sorry. Jiva would love it. I know he would. I've already had conversations, and I can already tell you. So, if you guys liked what you heard tonight, and you didn't catch anybody's information, just remember to rewind, check it out. If you want to check out their channels, get to see what they're about. If you want to check us out, feel free to. I also ask if you like the episode, like, subscribe, share, make comments. We do love comments. I want comments. Okay, it's more important to me than views, to be honest with you, because I'm a loser and
You cannot get comments without views. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. It's just I'm a loser, dude. I really have no friends, and I want people to freaking talk to.
Oh, same. I will be your friend. No worries.
Thank
you. We all are going to be your friends.